Alright, today we're gonna get into Elden Ring, the Forsaken Hollows, DLC, review, and impressions. So let's jump right into it. Section 1. The Great Hollows and the Shifted Earth. Alright, so we knew that we were gonna get a Shifted Earth, but what we actually got was kind of a shifted map. Lots of reconfigurations, it's all remixed, it's redesigned, and overall I was not expecting this. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like a little limb-veiled side area, like maybe a small chunk of the map like we had for everything else. But nah, what we got was a massive legendary drop. It's beautiful, it's dangerous, and it's a brutal area that had us screaming. This place gets wild immediately. We got dropped right into some field bosses, crazy bosses on night 1 for the Balancers expedition. Bosses who turn off the lights. Like, it was out of nowhere. And also, we got Dark Souls 3. We got a throwback in the Demon Prince. It was insane. Demon Prince was one of my favorite Dark Souls 3 bosses. I loved it, and it was just a pleasant surprise seeing them come back. On top of this, you could also get for the day 2, for the Balancers expedition, you could run into Moog. I haven't hit that role yet, but I'm excited to do that. If you get Demon Prince for night 1, his final phase actually reappears again for the day 2 boss. It's a cool transition, and that's for Balancers. And then night 1 for Dreglord is crazy as well. You could run into either Death Knight. It's 1 Death Knight first, and then it's 3 of them. At first, this feels kind of intimidating, but you can get around them by hitting them with a backstab. So you can either get the Death Knight, or you get the Great Red Bear, which is super tough. You gotta be on your feet for him, because he's tanky, he hits crazy, and both of the fights, the Death Knight and the Great Red Bear, they're both kind of like, don't blink, because you might get grabbed, or just ran up on like a truck. Now, night 2 for the Dreglord expedition, you get Traitorous, who's freaking overtuned in a sick way. They brought him back from Dark Souls 1 and did him justice. He's just as crazy as a Night Lord, in my opinion. And you better be on your A game. I loved seeing him. I loved how they brought him back. And it's awesome running into him. It's absolutely sick. So, shouts out to Traitorous. Awesome seeing you. Or you can run into Divine Beast, Dancing Lion. Awesome to fight. I love what they went with. I wish they brought some of the dragons back. I know a lot of people ask for Midir or Sin or Calamite or something. I wanted that a lot, but it's okay. I do like what they did, and it was awesome. It's still awesome. Overall, great hollows, amazing surprise. Just remember, don't get too greedy near the ledges, get them crystals, and plan your routes, and enjoy the scenery. Section 2. The new characters, Scholar and Undertaker. So Scholar is actually really unique. I really ended up liking the Scholar. I think he had great movement. I like his dodge, but he is primarily a support character, which is cool. I do like to test my limits with solo play. So he does get a lot more rocked he gets rocked a lot easier than my typical main who's wilder. Overall, his kit is fun. His playstyle is unique, and he's got a nice flow to him once you learn. Overall, I do suggest playing a Scholar with friends, if you're gonna play him. But it's fun if you like thrusting swords. You just gotta test him out and see the movement. But overall, in solo play, his damage output is not the best, and he does get hurt a lot more than Wilder does. Overall, cool and a nice addition. Then we got Undertaker. She's a crazy rush to play and one of the best additions. Her skill is amazing. It gives bonus damage, a faster and better dodge, bonus defense. Her ultimate art, it's sick. It makes this amazing sound when you connect. This crunchy, crispy sound. The sound design on it is cool, and you can kind of like weave it. It's nice and aerodynamic. So if you like hammers, if you like just offensive play, then Undertaker is amazing. I do enjoy Undertaker. All right, section 3, bosses, Night Lords. So first we had the new expedition with the Balancers. Her other name is Bequeathed Harmonia. The Valkyries. The Valkyries. Initially in the trailer, like when I was looking at it, I was like, yo, this looks like it's gonna be nuts. And I was like, you know what? I went in with that attitude. I was like, there's a lot of these Valkyries. So the moment I went into that boss room, I was like, I don't know what's about to happen, but let's do it. And hey, we got them out on the first try, which was dope. It was interesting. You know, she has some Melania tactics going on. Overall, when I watch it back, she's unique and a great opener for the DLC boss. And then finally, we got the peak. Dreglord. Traitorous Straghess, Pure Impulse Straghess, or Straghess. So this is the peak of the DLC. Pure Impulse, Ultra Instinct, Straghess. Nah, yo, Pure Impulse Straghess. I love it. I love the name Pure Impulse. I thought it was cool because it definitely fits how crazy he goes. This fight, the Pure Impulse part especially, Dreglord, might be my favorite. He feels like a combination of Gale, Manus, Orphan, and Nito. And it's a really cool FromSoft blend. It's an amazing fight. Phase 1 is cool. You still want to be careful, of course. The battlefield gets crazy because he summons like worm face type enemies and other ads. But as long as you're on your feet, as long as you play this game of a push and pull, like you go on the offensive, but then you back up a little bit, it would help to have some projectile type weapons. Because he can inflict damage if you're too close within his vicinity. So you want to be able to push and pull in and out of the combat flow whenever you can. But it don't end on that first health bar. Comes back with Pure Impulse. That's where the fight really turns up. That's where it's peak FromSoft craze. It's fast, it's violent, it's chaotic, it's nutty, and it's everything that I love for a final boss. I went in with Wilder, since that's like my comfort pick when tackling new bosses. And the ending of my fight came down to a little bit of HP. It was super, super close. If I didn't have my ultimate, I don't know if I would have him beat yet. That was a real taste of sweet victory. I loved it. Absolute cinema, absolute peak boss, and a perfect ending to this DLC. I suggest everyone who loves FromSoft, if you ain't played Nightreign, you're gonna want to fight Dreglord, especially the Pure Impulse phase. So yeah, I didn't plan on making this video super in depth or anything. I just wanted to kind of like get my initial thoughts out. So this is what this video is about. So let's hop in to section 4. Is it worth it for the $15 to $20 range USD? Here's my honest take. This DLC is worth it if you love challenging bosses, if you have friends to play with and experience these new areas, if you enjoy a new area. Say you already had this game, you got tired of Limveld. It's not just a tiny area, it's a full shifted earth. It's a full kind of map change up. So if you like that, consider that. If of course you want more FromSoft style challenge, and if you want 2 solid expeditions and, you know, again, full map rework, then yes, it'll be worth it. And I would say no/maybe if you expected more than 2 new characters, more expeditions, if you expect lots of hours out of this, or the willingness to want to keep going. Honestly, what I think is if they added 1 boss in between Balancers and Dreglord, then I think I would be like, yeah, def. Of course, amazing. You know, what they gave us is great. But I would say, yeah, if they tossed in maybe 1 more character, 1 more Nightfare, maybe, then I would say definitely. But it's still fun, you know, if you have friends to play with, etc. I'd go for it. But it all depends on what you think. I think it was worth it for the challenges. You know, it's always fun to document your fights. It's always fun to catch up with homies, with friends, and explore a new map together, to get lost in the map, you know, and to witness what, you know, FromSoft designed for us. So a genuinely beautiful new area. But again, if you're expecting multiple new maps, maybe extra bosses, maybe 1 more character, then you may not want to. But for me personally, it was worth it, and they still might drop Everdark updates, which is awesome. So maybe we still ain't done yet. They could come with Everdarks for these 2 bosses, maybe even for Heal Store. Who knows? Hopefully we still got more. But anyway, let's finish this one off. Section 5, the final thoughts. Overall, yo, I genuinely loved my time with this DLC. It wasn't too long, but then again, me personally, I didn't want to even get super lost in gaming at this time. So I'm glad I was able to experience these bosses, and I can always come back to it with the homies at any time. So I think it's just nice to have, you know. Dreglord absolutely sealed it for me. FromSoft delivering big on the map, on the Shifted Earth as a map, basically was a super dope surprise. Demon Princes, tuned up Artorias, you know, the incredible Great Hollows just as a place. Undertaker, just experiencing a new character, and just the cool different changes that they added, different little sections and places of interest and change-ups they have in the other expeditions of the Limveiled map. So those things are great. And peak energy, peak thrill, just peak. So yeah, man, exploring the Great Hollows with the homies, running through this blue crystal-y area, you know, taking down crazy bosses, witnessing which bosses and challenges FromSoft gave us. It just felt awesome. And again, if I only had one small thing, I would say maybe if they just added one more expedition in between Balancers and Dreglord, just one more boss, I think that could have really sealed it. But still, nonetheless, great memories. And I recommend this for anybody who, you know, loves Souls, who wants a challenge, and just who wants to witness more FromSoft glory. So yeah, guys, that concludes my Forsaken Hollows DLC coverage. I just wanted to do it real quick, and I really appreciate you guys. Who was your favorite boss? What did y'all think of Dreglord? Was that peak for you, or Harmonia? Let me know all that in the comment section below. Until then, I want to thank you guys for rocking. It's been the Game Sage. Please drop a like, a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Catch you guys later. Peace.